skirtle here. Oh, yes!
Melee Ranked is finally here. After a year and a half of waiting, Fizzy has finally released Slippi's Ranked mode in early access, and it's everything we could have asked for. As I believe that Ranked won't just be a fun game mode for everybody to enjoy this Christmas, but also a wave that will send ripples across the community, and change how a lot of things work forever. What people might not realise is that tournaments will likely be affected by the release of Ranked mode. The tournaments most affected will be online tournaments. We have to question whether online tournaments will even get close to the same amount of attendance as they were getting, now that people are so easily able to get their competitive kick from playing Ranked. I know that even after a day of playing Ranked, I don't feel the urge to enter an online bracket on the week of release. This feeling might fade since it's new, but it could also be a permanent thing. Another thing I wonder is, now that people have a more tangible way to see how they stack up against the competition, will that dissuade them from entering real tournaments and locals until they're a certain level, or even at all? This might seem like an exaggeration as it's what the scene was built on, but I don't think it's that crazy of a thing to be worried about. I mean, most other fighting games don't have frequent LAN locals, likely for the same reason. Moving on, Ambisinister brought up an interesting point on Twitter that best of 3 is good actually may become a prevailing viewpoint from certain TOs because of the best of 3 standard on Ranked. We've already seen a similar thing happen with Pokemon Stadium being frozen, and now being in a weird state of frozen and unfrozen at certain events. Except one example is widely accepted and one is widely disliked by top players. Now, I've been being a bit negative, but one cool effect we could see from Ranked is tournament flyouts and invites done through the leaderboard. I could see some events like Smash Summit and larger nationals offering a spot of a flyout to the highest placing player on the leaderboard at a certain time. Maybe to avoid top players and to give new blood a chance, it could be something like the highest placing non-top 50 player. This could be so cool to allow players that don't get to travel much gain more experience and potentially make a name for themselves. Speaking of non-top 50 players, I think the leaderboards will bring with it a lot of exposure for unranked players and hidden bosses. We saw this effect back in the day with Michael 41,000 being renowned for sitting at the top of the Ampha's leaderboards every season. I think we'll see a lot more of this going forward, which is a great thing, because the barrier to anyone watching tournaments is not knowing or recognizing a player on the screen. But if you're seeing a name on the leaderboard all the time, you'll be able to recognize them when they first attend a LAN event, lowering that barrier just a little bit. This will also benefit EU tournaments as well, since players will be a lot more recognizable. Especially with Leffen playing with all the top players on stream, I'm sure it will get their name out there a lot more. So quick tip, maybe have your tag as your Slippi name so we don't keep getting threads like this, Europe. I'm sure this will also lead to certain players being overseeded based on their rank when they first attend. On that topic, I pity TOs as now they'll have to deal with, I should be seeded higher, I'm ranked gold 5. And, why did you seed Cool Marth 2 above me? They aren't even plat. From every player they've never heard of, or a random gym in the pool who just wants to be seeded one spot higher. Segueing again, another thing that's going to change is how people talk and discuss the game. For better or for worse, small talk at melee tournaments is going to go from, how's it going? How'd you do in bracket? To, how'd you do in bracket? Oh, and what rank are you? We've now finally evolved to have 2 painfully repetitive topics at tournaments. Let's go! Now, I've saved the most obvious topic, but one that's still close to me, to last. And that's content. Melee content is about to enter a new era. Long gone are the days of streaming an hour-long friendly session and uploading it to YouTube with little to no editing. At least, I hope so. Now you can watch top players grinding against each other, but permanently rotating top players in a best of 3, all while swapping and changing on an easily accessible ladder. YouTube will also change. I'm sure there are now tons of different types of content we can bring over from other games. I mean, think about how well Elite Smash videos do for Ultimate. How well How to Get Out of Bronze videos do for League. This could be a huge explosion for Melee content, and therefore a huge explosion for the scene's exposure as well. Honestly, I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see what others and myself will create with this incredible system. So on behalf of everyone, thank you once again to Fizzy and the Slippi team. You're all incredible. But that's all from me. What else do you think Ranked will change? Do you like these changes? Is there anything else you are worried about Ranked might do to the scene? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy another video of me talking about the beauty of Melee and just what competing means.